Alright guys, I'm just gonna start grinding out some Showdown. Just got back from the store a little bit ago. This is my starting lineup. Actually, no, this is not my starting lineup. The only reason why I have Kyrie Irving in the starting lineup right now is I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with him. Whether I'm gonna send him into the collection for good, or if I'm gonna move him into this PG3 spot where he's my point guard out of my reserves and sell Oscar Robertson. I really like this GOAT Oscar Robertson. He's really, really good, but I feel like I need some extra MT. I'm waiting for Shaq to drop, and I have like 3.7 million MT. I do have like a 300 pages worth of sneakers to sell, so I'm pretty sure I can get Shaq with the 4 million I have, hopefully. But I need to beef up my bench, and so I need some extra MT. So I'm thinking about selling Oscar Robertson and just replacing him with Kyrie. My Oscar Robertson plays really limited minutes off the bench, like mostly in the third quarter, and he doesn't do much for me because he gets such limited minutes. He's a great card, he just doesn't get much minutes. So I'm thinking about sending him to the gulag and selling him off. PG-13, PG. All right. I accidentally went into tier 9. I couldn't even lose. I was trying to stay into tier 10, and anytime I made it like really close to leveling up, I would lose on purpose, but like sometimes I would just start the game and people would just quit instantly, and that's how I got into level 9. And I'm just going to try to stay away from that last notch over there and just make sure I stay in level 9 this season. To be honest, I've been having a lot of fun in level 10. Well, I was having a lot of fun in level 10, just feasting off of the little fishes over there, feasting off of the guppies and dominating them. But I was one game away from notching up, and I was just about to quit, and the guy quit on me before I could quit. And that quit ended up sending me into level 10, to tier 10, and tier 9, and I really wanted to stay in tier 10. But I'm gonna try my best to stay in tier 9 and just enjoy it and have fun. It's not like every single time I jump on this game I want to have a sweaty matchup. Sometimes I just want to take it easy, relax, and play like an easy game. I have more fun playing easy games, games where I'm going to win easily, than I do where I'm just sweating it out the whole fucking time. So I'm gonna try to stay in tier 9. Like I said, I was trying to stay in tier 10, but so many people were quitting on me that I accidentally got into tier 9. And I really wanted to stay in tier 10. I was having a lot of fun in tier 10, and I was having a lot of fun dominating. It felt like I took the GOAT cards into salary cap. That's how bad tier 10 is. That's how easy it is. There's like some people in tier 10 that shouldn't even be playing the game. And hopefully tier 9 is just as easy. I really don't even want to tier up. I just want to stay at this tier and have some fun. Pick on the people that have lesser squads. I was in tier 2 for season 6, and it was not fun, and I was not happy half the time. I was pretty damn miserable. And like I said before, I didn't play Showdown for all of season 7, so I am a bit rusty. I feel like rusty as fuck. Like unsure of what to do on offense. So I'm just trying to get back into like the rhythm of Showdown, trying to, get back those Showdown fundamentals that you need to like, be successful in the mode. But I am super rusty and I feel it. I did go on a 4-game win streak. The last 2 days in a row, I had 2 separate 4-game win streaks, but I still feel really rusty. And this is probably like I haven't even played 10 games with this new team of mine, and I could see that like I'm not shooting good with them because they shoot so fast. They got such a quick release, all of these GOAT cards, and I'm just trying to get the hang of like how to play with them and just trying to get the hang of their release because they do have really fast releases. So like I said, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things, play good defense, and eventually my offense will come back to me. Whenever you're playing Showdown, the most important thing is that you're on point, your defense is sharp, and then everything else will come back. You'll adjust to like how the new cards shoot. And that's all it takes is you just got to get used to how the new cards shoot. So far, like my biggest learning gap has been with David Robinson. It's really hard to like shoot with that card. It's not an easy card to shoot with. And like I said, this is only like I think maybe my 9th game with this new team. And I'm just trying to, learn how to use them and getting used to their shooting. And get back into the rhythm of playing Showdown. I feel like my timing is off with my jumper, and I'm just a step or two behind on defense and offense. Like on offense, I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing here? And then defensively, I'm leaving a lot up to the computer, which is what I normally do. I usually do a lot of off-balling as it is, but I can feel like my offense isn't as sharp as it usually is. I'm still winning. Like I said, yesterday I had a 4-game win streak, and the day before that I had a 4-game win streak, and they were both like had a bunch of 20 and 30-point blowouts the last couple of days. It's just that I could tell I'm a little bit like, just like I said, a step or two behind, and I'm not shooting as sharply as I used to. And I want to get back into the rhythm of playing Showdown before I go play King of the Court, which is even more sweatier. And like I said, for like the last 7 weeks, all I've been doing is just playing the computer and grinding out challenges and doing the MT method for like 4 hours a day and not even playing the game. So when you do shit like that, when you waste time with the MT method or you waste time just completing challenges and agendas and just playing the CPU, your game is going to be not as sharp, to say the least. And I don't feel like my game is as sharp as it used to be. I'm just glad I have these really good cards because I feel like I'm really depending on them and leaning on them. You know, where it shouldn't matter what tier cards you have. If you have skill, you can win with dark matter cards. You can win with 100 overall cards. You can win with invincibles. You know, you can win with whatever card you have as long as you know your skills are sharp and you know you're on point with everything. You're on point with your shooting and your defense. And since I've been playing the computer for like 7 weeks now and just grinding out challenges and doing this, wasting so much time on the MT method, I can tell my shooting is a little bit off, and on my defense, I feel like people are getting by me really quickly, and I'm depending on the computer too much and too much off balling, and I want to start doing more on balling. I don't want to always be off balling and shit. What really helps you get some easy wins in this game is just a couple of steals per game. You know, you get yourself 2 or 3 steals per game and you're good. Or some blocks. I like getting blocks. I'm really good at blocking shots, especially having Yao Ming really helps. But having Yao Ming really helps on the defensive end and on the offensive end. That's why I always tell people, if you can get this 100 Yao, he makes a huge difference for your team. Like, he's gonna really change your team and the way you play the game, and he's really gonna affect your opponent on the defensive end. Nothing can stop Yao. You're always gonna have to double team Yao, or he's just gonna score easily. And he'll eat up all the rebounds and shit. Okay, it's the end of the first quarter. I was really locked in and trying my hardest. Like I said, the last 2 days I had 2 4-game winning streaks, and all of them had like 20 to 30 point blowouts. And what I like to do in the beginning of the game is just flood the opponent and just get a quick 10-15 point lead in the first quarter. Right here, I got a 13-point lead in the first quarter. Just flood your opponent, overwhelm him as best as you can, and try to maintain the lead for the rest of the game and try to add to it if you can. But I always try to flood the opponent and also catch him off guard with the lineup. You know, sometimes a person will see like, hey, there's a bunch of goats in this lineup, and he won't even know what to do at first. And then if you just flood him and box him in a lot, get your lead up, you should have the game easily. This guy's reaching a lot, and when you reach, I teach. Don't make me preach. That kind of vibe. But yeah, I think I got this game. The score's 16-5. He's barely scored 5 points, and we're in the second quarter. Oh my god, I don't want to say that I'm playing good right now, but at least I'm winning. Like I said, I'm super rusty because I've been playing the computer for like fucking weeks now, and when I started playing, I was Showdown again. I was like, man, I fucking suck right now, and I blame that on all the weeks of fucking grinding those challenges and agendas and playing against the computer on rookie mode and playing breakout board and all of that shit, and it's really affected my game. Like, I should be able to get a bigger lead on this guy than just 10 points. But I also think my players are getting a little bit tired. It is the second quarter, and I haven't made any substitutions yet. So let's call in my bench, and as you guys know, my bench is looking pretty damn good. I got nothing but invincibles coming off the bench. I don't have invincible Wemby, but I do have a good amount of elite invincibles to come off the bench. We got Ralph Sampson coming off the bench. And for now, I'm going to bring out... I'm going to go with Rudy Gay at the 2, and that makes for a really big 2 and 3. So let's lock back in on defense and see if we can lock this opponent down and prevent him from scoring while I build up this lead. And that's how you get some easy wins in Showdown, man.
Chicago leading by 10. Outside Irving. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Tries again.
Oh, come on, man.
Here's McGrady. Inside.
Good steal, guys. Good steal.
Here's Sampson.
There's Sampson for you. 7'7", 7'4" Sampson is not going to be stopped by Dennis Rodman. That's That's a joke. And I got the fucking Twin Towers out here between Ralph Sampson and David Robinson. Look at that. Ralph Sampson has been on the floor for not even a minute, and he's already got 4 points. So I'm always like going to a really big lineup.
Back to Williamson. Let's go with a three.
Look at that shit. Rudy Gay at the 2. Rudy Gay is 6'8", and actually I'm gonna move Rudy Gay to the 3 because and I'll move Dr. J to the 2. But Rudy Gay is 6'8". At 6'8", he's probably like the biggest shooting guard, one of the biggest shooting guards out there, and you're not gonna be able to just easily shoot over him. So that's why I always recommend putting the tallest person you have at that position.
Here he goes. Sampson.
If you got a really tall point guard, a really tall shooting guard, a really tall small forward, try to use it. That's why I always tell people, that's why I always recommend using Giannis at the 3. And I always recommend using KD and Rudy Gay at the 2 if you got them.
Robinson in the post. Irving for three.
Yeah, this team is on fire. We're smoking again, guys. We already have ourselves like a 20-point blowout, and it's only the second quarter, and things are just going to get uglier for this guy. I'm pretty sure once I start warming up, I'll be able to push this to like a 30-point lead. He's only got 9 points, and within the end of the second quarter, he'll be lucky if he's got 10 by the end of this quarter. I'm that fucking locked in right now.
To the paint. And it's out of bounds.
That's a rookie mistake right there. And like I said, I'm just a little bit rusty. I'm going to make a change in my lineup real quick because I feel like some of my guys are getting tired. But yeah, guys, I don't know if you saw my earlier stream. My boy Chilongo2k pulled Invincible Victor Wembanyama out of his Hall of Fame box after the first pack was complete fucking ass. In one of his 100-plus premium packs, he pulled Invincible Victor Wembanyama. He actually got the plus out of it, and he got Wemby. I was so fucking happy for him. I'm glad he got him. Really glad. I'm trying to fucking make a substitution, and this guy's over here. I'm just gonna fucking... It doesn't matter what lineup I have. I'm gonna be able to destroy this guy. We're fucking up by like 21 points already. I don't even know how he's not quitting the game and shit, but we got ourselves a samurai over here. He's gonna play with honor, and he's gonna fucking finish this game off. He doesn't care how many points he's down by. I mean, the score is 31-11, and he's only scored 11 points in 2 quarters. And this guy refuses to quit. I kind of respect that. You're down by this many points in the second quarter, and you're still playing. You gotta respect that. He's gonna go down with the fight.
They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen.
This Samsung is Yo, what's good, Corby? I'm just playing some Showdown like I always do. Just over here, enjoying Showdown. I had a 4-game win streak yesterday. I had a 4-game win streak the day before that. I've been beating people by 20 to 30 points. And I'm just having a ton of fun. I love my team. The team is fucking great. It runs the way I want it to run. And I'm just having a blast out here. I've been smoking weed all day. I got a few shots in me. And I'm having a blast. And my wife is at her mother's house with the kid. So I have the whole house to myself. I'm just going to be playing 2K all day. That's all I'm doing all day and all night. Just fucking really enjoying the fuck out of this game and having a ton of fun with it. I just still can't believe that my boy, Chilongo2k, he was like, hey, let me open up a box on your channel. I have a good feeling about it. And I'm like, okay, he might pull a GOAT. He might pull another GOAT and shit. And next thing I know, he pulls the best fucking card in the game. He pulls Invincible Wemby. I want to say it's the second best card in the game. The best card in the game is GOAT Yao. But he pulled a fucking great card, man, and I just can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I'm still in shock. Like, it's a card that I've been wanting ever since it came out. I never had enough MT for Invincible Wemby. I never even had close to enough MT for Invincible Wemby. And I know Invincible Wemby's down in price now, but he's still unaffordable for me. And if I was to sell Wemby, buy Wemby, I'd have to sell the rest of my team. Oh, I couldn't even stay into tier 10. I was trying to stay in tier 10, but everybody kept fucking quitting on me. And when I was at the last notch, I was about to quit a game so I could stay in tier 10. I think I had a 4-point lead on the guy. He quit before I could quit, and I got into tier 9. I didn't want to go into tier 9. I wanted to stay in tier 10, but I couldn't even stay in tier 10 trying to lose. So right now I'm in tier 9. But I wanted to stay in tier 10 for the rest of the season until the game ended. And I'm trying to get to 200 wins because I think at 200 wins you can get Michael Beasley. And I'm just going to stay in the lower tiers, and I'm just going to try to get to 200 wins. If I could win 5 games a day, I think I can get to 200 wins, and I think I can get that Michael Beasley for free. So I'm just going to try to grind it out for him. All right, this is what I'm running with for now. I'm up by like fucking practically 30 points. I'm not even trying in this game. I'm practically falling asleep here, and I'm just trying to make it to the end of it. Sorry to bore you guys with this fucking blowout of a game, but this fucking guy does not want to quit. He's gonna fight it out to the end like a fucking samurai. He's gonna go down with honor. Put the sword through my heart. That was me trying to do like a Japanese samurai accent. It was terrible. Oh, that Rudy Gay is so nice. Yo, the market is crashing right now, and I'm trying to get an invincible. I need a power forward to come off my bench, or a small forward to come off my bench. I would like to get Chris Webber, Invincible C-Web, to play the 3. Not that I don't like Rudy Gay at the 3. Rudy Gay is S tier for sure. I know JC2K swears by this card. He says he's S tier. Evan Tanaka told me he was S tier, and I really do like this card a lot. And I do think he's S tier, but I think at 6'8", I should run him at the shooting guard, and I should run Chris Webber at the 3. I'm also trying to pick up Invincible Patrick Ewing to run the 4 coming off the bench. But I really have to hold on to my MT because I'm hoping tomorrow they're gonna tell us that Goat Shaq is coming out, and I gotta save every MT, every bit of coin that I have if I'm gonna try to get Goat Shaq. I think I'm gonna need 4 million, if not 5 million MT to get Goat Shaq. I think when he first comes out, he's gonna be maybe even 6 million MT. Goat Shaq is gonna be very expensive. Goat Wemby is gonna be expensive, and Goat King James is gonna be expensive. But you're right. The market is crashing right now. It's just that I can't take advantage of it because I gotta save every dime that I have, every bit of coin.
What's your Twitter so I can tag you to show my 2 friends the lineup?
Well, I love Robinson's motor. He's somebody that refuses to quit on.
Hey, send it to me on YouTube. I mean on PlayStation Network, Indie2k_. I don't have a Twitter. I need to make a Twitter account. I got Instagram, but I hardly ever check it. If you could send me your lineup, I'll look at it over here. It's Indie2k_ on PlayStation Network. I don't know if you're on PlayStation or if you're on Xbox. That was such a bad shot. But yeah, let me know what your lineup is looking like. I got a starting lineup of goats practically, and my bench is all of invincibles and stuff, and I do have a few 100s on the team. I got 100 Yao, and I have 100 Timmy that I want to replace. But that 100 Yao is gonna stay on my team for the rest of the year.
I saw Galaxy Opal Wemby for 40K.
I think I was up by 30 points at one point, but I've been like I haven't been trying because this opponent of mine, he's really not trying too hard at this point. I think he's done giving up. He just doesn't want to quit because I'm sure if he quits, he'll probably get hit with the ban. I just got a steal right there, and we're up by like. Okay, he's gonna finally quit. I don't know why it took him 3/4 to quit, or maybe he's just flash pausing me. But Crispy Fart 62, you are beyond crispy. You are burnt and you are overly cooked. You're beyond well done. You're cooked. You're no longer crispy. You're cooked. I saw Galaxy Opal Wemby for 40K. Yeah, but I don't really know if you could run Galaxy Opal Wemby at this stage of the game. In season 7, Galaxy Opal Wemby is just his movement is too slow. It's not that his movement is stiff, it's that it's slow. He can't keep up speed-wise with the Dark Matters. He can't keep up with the 100s. He's not going to keep up with any Invincible or GOATs. His size is going to make a difference out there because he's still going to be 7'4". But his release is also going to be slow. So I don't recommend getting Galaxy Opal Wemby. I don't care how cheap. Well, actually, I would pick up Galaxy Opal Wemby to run in salary cap. That would definitely be good. That would be good to have Galaxy Opal Wemby for salary cap. I think I've blocked this guy's shot like at least 10 times. I must have like 10 blocks in this game. But yeah, the market is crashing, especially for anything Dark Matter and below. Even most of your 100s. Even most of the 100s now are like 100K. So I would say, you can even pick up a bunch of 100s right now. You can make like a full lineup of 100s and a bench of 100s with just like a 1.5 million MT. You could build a really good team of 100s. That's how cheap they are now. Kyle Culver is under 100K. Sean Marion is under 100K. There's a lot of good 100s that are below 100K now that you could easily pick up, and a lot of them are badged out, and a badged out 100 could run for you the whole season, especially if you keep adding badges and badging him out. It seems like everyone in Showdown now has like some sort of God squad. Everybody's running with a good team. And you have to have a good team if you want to run in Showdown. And usually they give really good prizes in King of the Court for just playing like 3 games. If you want to have any fun whatsoever with King of the Court, if you want to come in that top 10%, which is what I'm always striving for, I'm always trying to get into the top 10% when I play King of the Court. If you want to go into that sweaty-ass mode, you definitely need a team with some Invincibles, a team of 100s and some Invincibles, and then you can go into King of the Court with Galaxy Opal, Dark Matters, and or some 100s. You definitely at the bare minimum, you need a team of 100s. I haven't even bought Yao Ming off the bench. Like it's a 25-point game, and I haven't even bought Yao Ming off the bench. He played the first quarter, and then I put him to rest. I was like, I'm not gonna take the chance of injuring Yao Ming, but actually, I'm gonna do that. I'll check it out as soon as I finish my game. But this game is pretty much finished. I just don't know why my opponent doesn't quit. It's got to be because he doesn't want to get hit with a ban, and I really think they should remove that. But this game was over. Like, by the end of the first quarter, I was already up by like 15 points or some shit. I'm going to go super OP on him. I'm going to go Yao Ming at the 5, Ralph Sampson at the 4. I'm going to go with Rudy Gay at the 3 because he is 6'8". I'm going to go with SGA at the 1 because he's 6'7". And I believe that Dr. J is also 6'7", 6'8". So he makes for a really big 2. Oh, let me tell you, I don't think everyone on this game is rich. What I think it is that everyone on this game is willing to go broke. They don't give a fuck if they have to dedicate a paycheck to this game. They don't give a fuck if they have to go to the pawn shop and pawn some shit. They don't give a fuck if they got to go to Amscot to get a loan. But once you have the
I just sent it.
once there's a card that you want really badly and desperately enough, you know, you'll spend a bag trying to get that card. I don't know how many times I've spent like a paycheck on this shit, it feels like. You know, I've spent a bag. You know, with the kind of money I've spent on this game this year, I could have had like 4 to 5 new Jordans in my collection plus a Louis bag. And you gotta be rich to play this game. You gotta make 6 figures to play this damn game, because if you're broke and you try to play this game, there's no way you can survive out here and play it. The game has been so costly to play this year, it's not even funny. Think about this. This game is trying to tell you that you have to open up 3 Hall of Fame boxes to get an Invincible. That means that this company has an Invincible card priced at $300. And they don't even give you the card you want for $300. It's just an option pack, and you're lucky if the card you want is in there. They basically sell you for $300 an option pack to hopefully the Invincible you want. So it's crazy how much money you have to put into this game, and it's crazy how much you have to make just to play this game. You can't be no broke boy playing this game, that's for sure. You can't be unemployed playing 2K MyTeam, that's for sure. You'll be on fucking unemployment. So you know, you gotta pay a lot, you know, to play this game. Like I said, with the amount of money that people put into this game, you could put a down payment on a car or on a fucking house. Oh my God, Yao Ming! If somebody tries to tell me that the 100 overall Yao Ming doesn't have a nice release from three-point land, they're bugging. This Yao Ming has a great release from 3. He can shoot the threes. It's smooth. It's easy to time. It's not the quickest. Remember, he's Yao Ming. He's 7'7". He really didn't shoot threes in real life. So he's 7'7". It's not going to be the fastest 3-point release ever, but it's more than doable. It's more than greenable, you know. You know, you played this game for 2 or 3 years in a row, and you spend a lot of money on it. You could have put, you know, a down payment on a car or some shit. Oh, I thought I had that step back. Did you see how nasty that step back was with Rudy Gay? I'm telling you, Rudy Gay, Joe Johnson, those are some great cards. Those are some great. People are sleeping on Joe Johnson. If you need a cheap Invincible card to play your 2 or to play your 3 especially, go get Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson is 6'6" or 6'8", or maybe 6'7". I can't remember exactly, but he's somewhere between 6'6" and 6'8". He's got a great 3-pointer. His release is super smooth and easy to time, and I think he's only like 300,000 MT. So score is 55-32, my man. Why are we flash pausing? Like, can we just end this game? There's only 25 seconds left, my dude. Yeah, this is torturous. It's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna fall asleep on this game. I mean, I'm up by fucking like almost 30 points and shit. There's no stopping Yao Ming. He's the fucking Great Wall of China. He's 100 overall Yao. He's just as good as. I got 30. I want to say I've got like 35 legends on 100 overall Yao. Trust me, you put that many legends on Yao Ming, on the 100 Yao Ming, and it's just as good as an Invincible or just as good as a GOAT, for sure. Yo, what's up, Outlaw? I'm just over here having fun playing Showdown. I have to be honest, the last 3 days I've been killing it on Showdown. The last 2 days I've had 2 4-game winning streaks, and I've been beating everybody by 20 to 30 points. And today's day 3 for me on Showdown. This is my second game of the day. I'm on a 2-game win streak, and I have another. I think at one point I was up by 25 points in this game, or 30 points. So this is my second 30-point blowout of the day. You know, and let's check the stats real quick. Ralph Sampson had 15 points, 9 rebounds for me. Yao Ming had 13 points, 8 rebounds for me. Julius Erving had 5 points. SGA had 5 points. Looks like everybody scored for me, but the people that dominated were my 2 biggest men, and that was Yao Ming and Ralph Sampson. I wish I can get Invincible 1B on this team. That would be a dream come true.
You have 10 times the amount of hours on 2K than MR.
You have 10 times the amount of hours in 2K than me right now. Oh, I put a lot of hours into 2K. I played. This is my daily driver. My biggest point lead of the game was 25 points, and I shot 4 for 8 from 3 point land. I shot 50% from 3 point land. I always tell people don't try to force and jack up bad threes. You know, just because you shoot a lot of threes and you put up a lot of threes doesn't mean you're gonna make a lot of threes. So don't jack up a lot of bad threes and shoot yourself out of a game. Always take what the defense allows and take what the defense gives you. If the defense gives you 8 3-pointers, 8 clean looks a game, that's better than jacking up 16 bad 3-pointers just to make 4 or 5 of them. Just take the clean looks, take what the defense allows and what they give you. And I shot 50% from 3 point land today. That's awesome. Yo, what up, Scoobs? Yeah, just over here grinding Showdown and having a lot of fun with it, to be honest. Like I said, the last 3 days I've been on like every day I've been having a 4 game win streak and I've been beating people by like 20 to 30 points every fucking opponent. I was trying to stay in tier 10, but I beat so many damn people I ended up in tier 9 going on to what is this? Hold up. I guess I don't know what tier is that. I guess I'm going into tier 9, but I'm really trying to stay in tier 10. I was really I guess I'm in tier 9 right now, but I'm not trying to even leave tier 9. So if I quit a game, guys, it's because I'm not trying to go to. I don't even want to go anywhere near tier 1, 2, and 3. Anytime you get into tier 5, they start matching you up with people from tier 1, 2, and 3. And the game goes from being fun and enjoyable to sweaty and stressful. And I don't want to have sweaty and stressful games. It's season 8. I want to get 200 wins. I want to get a free Michael Beasley or some shit like that. You know, and I just want to enjoy the game and get 200 easy wins. I don't want to sweat it out in every single matchup in every single game. But I'm just chilling, you know, having fun. My wife is out of town. My kid is out of town with my wife, so I'm just fucking enjoying having a house to myself. And I'm gonna be grinding out 2K. And it's crazy. I do miss grinding out the challenges and the agendas because you know the challenges and the agendas do give you something to look forward to each day. But I can't say I miss doing the MT method. I'm glad that we're done and over with the MT method. I couldn't take another minute, another hour of breaking down cards and doing the MT method. I just got completely tired of that shit. But I'm just going to play another. I'm actually going to check out the auction house really quick. Some of my stuff sold. And I'm going to see if I can get myself Patrick Ewing because everyone is saying that the auction house is crashing really badly right now. So I want to see if I can get Invincible Patrick Ewing to come off my bench to play the 4. And that's what I would like to get to come off my bench is Patrick Ewing to play the 4. I can't afford Invincible Wemby. I want to say that this year, this might be the first year where I don't get Goat Wemby or Goat Yao unless I pull them. I just don't have enough MT to get those kind of players. And we're too close to the end of the game to be putting more money into this game. 2K26 is right around the corner, and pretty soon I'm going to be ripping for fucking diamond cards all over again and starting from the beginning. And so just because of that alone, you know, I want to start cutting back on how much I spend. I am going to continue opening up one Hall of Fame box a week in hopes that I get Yao and in hopes I get a Goat Yao and a Goat Wemby eventually. But I definitely don't have enough MT to get them out of the auction house. Those cards are going to be expensive all year. But I'm really happy with the lineup I have, and I'm just really glad to have the lineup that I have. Because I think it's a pretty elite lineup, and I think it's one of the best lineups out there on YouTube. Oh my God, the fucking market is crashing. What is going on out here? Invincible Wemby's down to like fucking 1.5 or some shit. The market is really taking a fucking nosedive right now. That is the cheapest I've ever seen Wemby. But even at 6 million MT, I think that's just way too much. Even though he's got 40 legends, I think that's way too much to pay for one player. And cards like Wemby, cards like Goat Yao Ming, they're gonna be out of price for the whole year until 2K26 comes out. Matter of fact, when 2K26 comes out, Goat Yao and Goat Wemby and Invincible Wemby, they're still gonna be hella expensive. Who am I kidding? But the market is definitely taking a fucking nosedive right now. I want to say that right now is probably the time to be buying cards. For sure. Let's see how the power forward situation is looking. Evan Mobley is a really good card. That's like the poor man Giannis. If you need a fucking poor man Giannis, you get Evan Mobley. He's 6'11", and he runs the three. He's just as good as Giannis. Matter of fact, he can shoot the three ball better than Giannis. Invincible Kevin McHale is really good at the three. Giannis is the best card to run at the three. I love that card at the three position. Sean Kemp is pretty damn good. The same kind of productivity you're gonna get out of an invincible Giannis running the three, you're gonna get that. You're gonna produce those same kind of numbers running an invincible Sean Kemp at the three, or an invincible Mobley at the three, or an invincible Kevin McHale. Players like Kevin McHale and fucking Mobley, they have fucking huge wingspans, and they're just as good as running a Giannis. Even Chris Webber, he's 6'10". If you're running Chris Webber at the three, that's just as good as running Giannis at the three. I highly recommend all of these players if you can't afford Giannis at the three. Sean Kemp, Chris Webber, Kevin McHale, he could really shoot lights out from three. The only card I don't recommend to run at the three is this James Worthy. He is not worthy. How can you get to level? Well, the only thing you could do if you want to get to level 40 really fast, you can buy the level skips. If you don't want to buy the level skips, the best thing you could do is pop in your XP coins and grind out domination until you can't take it no more. As you're grinding out domination, you're gonna really go up the levels really fast, and you're gonna get MT. You're gonna get some legend badges out of it. You're gonna get some players here and there. So the best way to get to level 40 the quickest is just a lot of domination and pop in the XP coins. Don't forget your XP coins. And if you run out of XP coins, go buy some XP coins from the auction house. And I think that makes a really big. I don't even know if you could buy XP coins from the auction house, to be honest. But popping in some XP coins and grinding out some domination is the quickest way to get to level 40. Blake Griffin is also, if you can afford Giannis, Blake Griffin, Evan Mobley, all of these cards, Kevin McHale, Chris Webber, they're all going to be really good at the three because they're all 6'10", just like Giannis. They all have really long wingspans, and most of them, like Evan Mobley and Blake Griffin, and Chris Webber, they could probably shoot the three ball a lot better than Giannis. So if you can't afford Giannis, don't even get mad about it. You could run any of these guys at the three, or if you pull them, you could run any of these guys at the three, and you're going to be gravy. You're going to be good. Let's check out the small forwards really quick. If you need a shooting guard, and you can't afford anything like, Carmelo Anthony, or even you can't afford Rudy Gay. This This Joe Johnson card, to me, it's an S tier card. He's got one of the easiest releases to time. Super smooth release, easy to time, and it's fast, but not too fast. Like sometimes Michael Jordan, his release is too fast. Joe Johnson's release is perfect. He's not the fastest shooting guard, or he's not the fastest small forward. He doesn't have the fastest movement, but he's really strong. He's really good on defense, and his release is worth his MT alone. So if you need an elite point guard, a shooting guard that I think is S tier, you can get Joe Johnson for like 400,000. He's great. Yeah, it does take 35 minutes to grind out one game of domination, but it is the quickest way to go up the level skips. Besides that, maybe grind out some breakout board and play a lot of triple threat offline. That might be the quickest way to to get through the levels and to get to level 40. But Carmelo Anthony is really good this year. I see a lot of people saying that he's not S tier, but I've seen JC2K and Evan Tanaka both call Rudy Gay S tier. So if you can get Rudy Gay for like 900,000 or less, there's no reason to get Carmelo Anthony for like 1.2, 1.3. I have Rudy Gay, and I think he's just as good as Melo, just as good as T-Mac. Evan Tanaka and JC2K said that Rudy Gay was better than T-Mac. I think it was Ty Debo who didn't agree with that, but I think Rudy Gay is S tier, and I think this Joe Johnson is a really good card for, especially for as cheap as he's only like 300,000, 400,000. So for his price, he's definitely an S tier type of card. But I'm glad I have Joe Johnson, and I'm glad to have Rudy Gay, coming off my bench. Let me check the shooting guards. And the only thing I check nowadays is I don't check the 100s anymore. The only thing I look at is the GO cards, and the only other cards I look at are the Invincibles. You know what? That shouldn't be a problem because my boy Chilango 2K just started playing MyTeam. I want to say he started playing it about a month or two ago. He's got 3 GOATs in his lineup, and then his Invincibles are Invincible Ralph Sampson and Invincible Wemby in his starting lineup. And then his bench is nothing but Invincibles. So it is possible to still build a really good team, even if you started playing MyTeam late. This company is giving away a lot of 100s if you grind out the game. If you grind salary cap, you can get 2 100s in each round, and then at the end of round 3, you can get an Invincible. And if you grind out a lot of these agendas and challenges, the company is going to give you something good for free. We're in season 8. They're giving away a ton of good free stuff so they can hook you for the next game. So even though you're late to the party, you can still make a really good team. Here's another card that if you only have like 300,000, 400,000, you could easily get Jaylen Brown as your point guard or your shooting guard. And he's only going to cost you like maybe 400,000. 300,000 tops, I want to say. And you shouldn't pay any more than 400,000 for this card. And you're gonna have a 6'6" point guard that's built like a Greek god. I mean, he's 223 pounds. We all know that Jaylen Brown is nothing but muscles. And if you got this guy playing your point guard, this guy is a stud at the point guard position. Of course, we would like to have LaMelo Ball, but Invincible LaMelo Ball is like 2 million MT. Invincible Ben Simmons is like 2.5 million MT. If you can't afford any of those cards, there's so much more affordable, cheap alternatives. If you can't afford, some of the elite cards, there's so many affordable cards that you can get that are still elite, and you don't have to feel bad like, oh, I didn't get Ben Simmons, I got Jaylen Brown. It's still a great card. It's just up to you if you want to play with it or not. I wasn't really too happy when I first got ISO Joe or Rudy Gay. Now I fucking love those cards. Yo, what up, J-Dub? Let me see what the chat is saying real quick. Oh my God, J-Dub is saying that he got 100 LeBron from my 100 option pack. That's a W. I want to say the 3 S tier cards, the 3 100s that I think are still S tier. I still think that 100 Yao is S tier. I still think that 100 Wemby is S tier, and I think that 100 Ben Simmons is S tier. And then right on the outer edge of that, right on the outside of S tier, I want to say that 100 LeBron, 100 KD, and 100 Giannis. Those cards are still borderline S tier cards. They're like right there in the A plus side of things. Some people complain that LeBron has a loaded up jumper, but I only think his jumper is loaded when he's really fatigued and tired. I think besides that, I know a lot of people that said that the 100 LeBron James had a better jumper than the Invincible LeBron, and they actually preferred the jumper that the 100 King James had versus the jumper that the Invincible King James had. So that's to me, I don't care what anyone says. I think 100 King James is still an S tier card, or at the very least an A tier card. So I think that's a huge W right there. Also, Klay Thompson is another card that you can get for about 200,000. That's really cheap. T-Mac is still really expensive. T-Mac is still like a 2 million MT card. It's crazy that he's still worth that much. I really don't like this James Harden card. I don't care if he's 200,000 or 300,000. I don't like this card on offense. I don't like this card on defense. He's soft on defense, and I feel like going to the hoop, he's a really soft player. I wasn't a fan of the James Harden cards this year. I kind of liked his Galaxy Opal for a little bit. I think he had an Opal card that I was running with, but I would rather get Jaylen Brown before I get James Harden. And Anthony Edwards. If you're an Anthony Edwards fan, Harden's my starter. Sorry about that fart. Sorry about that, ref. But if you're a really big fan of Anthony Edwards, his height definitely holds him back a lot. He's got a strong player build, but his height definitely holds him back a lot. But if you're a huge Anthony Edwards fan, I would say run him at the point. Don't run him at the two guard, that's for sure. And that Klay Thompson is really good on defense. And he's got one of the best releases in the game. All right, let me check out the point guard situation. What is going on in the auction house? This is the cheapest I've ever seen the auction house. You cannot tell me that with 2 minutes to go that Magic Johnson, Invincible Magic Johnson, isn't even 700,000 MT. That's insane. He is 6'10" and he plays the point. 6'9" and he plays the point. If you can't afford Invincible Ben Simmons, I would say that this is a great alternative, especially if you got some spare MT laying around. If you want a super big point guard, his jump shot isn't going to be as good as Ben Simmons, but he's got the height. Hey guys, if I'm not responding to the chat for a little bit, it's because I gotta charge up my phone. My phone just died and I can't see what the chat is saying. Don't ever get this Derrick Rose card. The card is fucking absolute trash. It is a trash can. Let me tell you guys, no matter what, like,
Magic today, that's why. Okay.
Oh yeah, people are definitely anticipating a GOAT Magic Johnson. I want to say I think a GOAT Magic Johnson is coming. I think a GOAT Shaq is coming. I don't know who the GOAT card is going to be for this Friday, but I'm really hoping that it's GOAT Shaq. But I do think they're going to drop a GOAT LeBron and a GOAT Shaq soon. I think those GOAT cards are coming pretty soon. I hope it's not Magic Johnson because I think that would be a really boring GOAT drop. I wouldn't want to get the GOAT Magic Johnson, especially if he's more than $1 million or $2 million MT. I already got GOAT Penny Hardaway and I got GOAT Oscar Robertson. But Invincible Magic Johnson for less than $1 million, I think is worth his price. I would run him out of my reserves for sure. I did hear JC2K say that his jumper was really bad. So maybe that's the reason why he's gone down in price so much.
There should be 3 or 4 GOATs this Friday. I think GOAT Braun tomorrow.
You know what's crazy is how many GOAT cards they're dropping at once, and that makes me feel like this Friday we're gonna get 3 good GOAT cards. The way we did the first week of the season, we got 3 elite GOAT cards at once. I forgot which one it was, but it was like KD and Wilt Chamberlain and some other players. And I think this week we're gonna get 3 elite GOAT cards. I think it's gonna be LeBron. I think one of them is gonna be Shaq, and I think the other one's gonna be Magic. So I really hope we get Shaq because that will be the final piece that I need for my lineup. Okay, guys, I got my phone back on. Let me see what the chat is saying real quick. Okay, Scoobs is saying, I got Rudy Gay with 40 legends. Jay says, would you keep or turn them into badges?
I just want Lonzo Ball to cheese Showdown with my Ingram.
Scoop says that he is S tier for sure. J-Dub says, yo, Indy, I got 100 LeBron. I already read that. And yeah, a lot of people are anticipating a Magic Johnson. And I think also a lot of people are anticipating a Shaq. And that's why there's so many invincible Shaqs on the market right now for dirt cheap. But yeah, Rudy Gay with 40 legends is definitely an S tier card, Scoobs, for sure. No doubt about that. Yo, what up, Outlaw? But the card that I have my eye on is I want to get a Patrick Ewing because I need someone to replace Tim Duncan. I'm running Tim Duncan as my power forward off the bench, and I want to replace him. This card's got 16 minutes to go. I want to say I'll be back in 16 minutes, and I also want to keep an eye out for Chris Webber. But I don't think there's any Chris Webbers on the market. This Invincible Sean Kemp has gone back up in value, and I want to say it's gone back up in value because JC2K had like a lot of nice things to say, like some really good things to say about this card. And I feel like anytime like someone like a JC2K or Ty Debo says something really good about a certain card, it just goes back up in value or they hit like new heights in value. But he is a really good card. Like I said, playing Sean Kemp, Chris Webber, Kevin McHale, and Blake Griffin. They're all 6'10" small forwards. It's just as good as running Giannis at the three. And probably those four players are going to shoot a lot better than Giannis. So for me, I'd rather run Chris Webber at the three than run Giannis at the three because I don't feel like Giannis is going to shoot the ball as good as Chris Webber or Kevin McHale. My Invincible 37 just picked him up. Oh my God. You have an Invincible Shaq with 37 legends? How much did you pick him up for? Says, I just want Lonzo Ball, too cheesy, showdown with my... Oh, yeah. Lonzo Ball is a good card. Lonzo Ball is a really good card. But, guys, I'm going to play maybe one quick game of Breakout. Like, I'm just going to play a little bit of Breakout because I want to make sure I'm back in, like, 15 minutes to see if I can get that Patrick Ewing card. I've never seen him that cheap and shit, and I'm going to see if... This is my lineup real quick. This is what my lineup is looking like. I say it's one of the best lineups in YouTube. I think the only person that has a better lineup than me is Decentric. Besides that, I think I've got a better lineup than pretty much everyone on YouTube. A lot of people waste their MT ripping packs. I always think that's the worst thing you could do with your MT. I'd rather just save my MT and keep stacking it up until I can afford the player that I want out of the auction house. And I had to buy all of these players. I bought every single one of these players with my MT. And then the bench, I grinded for a lot of these players. I had a grind for SGA. I had a grind for PG-13. I had a grind for Samsung. So this team took a lot of grinding and a lot of money. Oh, I'm not going to end the stream. I'm here chilling. I'm going to be here for at least another, I want to say good hour or two. I'm going to be here chilling until at least 6:30. And then I got to go to sleep early today because me and my family, we're going out to Aquatica tomorrow. And I'm going to be doing the whole, father-dad thing with my boy and going to Aquatica and doing the summer stuff. So I'm going to be on for a couple of more hours. That's for sure. I'm going to be playing more Showdown. Like I said, the last 2 days, I had a 4-game win streak on Monday where I was blowing people out by 20, 30 points. I had a 4-game win streak on Tuesday where I was blowing people out by 20, 30 points. And today, already had like a 2-game win streak. And the last person I played, I beat him by 25 points. So I've been having a lot of fun with Showdown. I've been having a lot of fun with this team. I'm absolutely in love with this team. I just want to be able to make a few changes. I want to put GOAT Shaq over here. I want to put Invincible Patrick Ewing over here. And I want to move 100 Yao into my reserves. By moving 100 Yao into my reserves, it's going to give me the deepest team ever. I'm going to have such depth on my team that it's going to be unreal. And I might sell this Oscar Robertson because I really don't need a PG3 because this free Kyrie Irving, this free GOAT Kyrie Irving, I want to say he's pretty nice, guys. I think some people don't like him. Some people are shitting on him. But to play limited minutes in the third quarter, to give Penny Hardaway and SGA a break, I think Kyrie Irving should be on everyone's team, at least as your PG3 out of your reserves. I think he's definitely good enough for that. I think he could even be starting for a lot of people. He's a really good card. Oh, J-Dub, man. I think about that shit every fucking day, and but at the same time, I started enjoying GOAT Michael Jordan in season 7, and I got to use him for like the last 2 weeks of season 7, and I got to really started enjoying him early and using him as early as possible, and I'm gonna have like the most time. I'm gonna be able to use them until the end of the game, and I was able to have the most time possible with them. So am I really upset that he went down by like 2 million MT? And I could have, instead of having 3.5 million MT, I could have had 5.5 million MT. Yeah, I'm really upset about that, but it is what it is. And on the upside, I got more time with them. If I had 5.5 million MT, all that would ensure me is that I had GOAT Shaq in the lineup, and I would easily be able to beef out my bench. But even with 5.5 million MT or 7 million MT, there would be no way for me to get cards like King James or GOAT Yao Ming or GOAT Wemby. So I'm not too upset about that as long as the remaining MT that I have left gets me the cards I want to get. I want to get Goat Shaq. I want to get that Invincible Patrick Ewing. And I wouldn't mind if I can get the 100 Wemby. He would come out of my reserves with my 100 Yao. So as long as I can get Goat Shaq and Invincible Patrick Ewing and have a really good deep team, I'm okay that I spent so much MT that I overly spent on buying Michael Jordan so early because I did spend pretty much 4 million MT to get Michael, and if I would have just waited 2 weeks, I could have bought him for 2 million MT, and like I said, instead of having 3.5 mil, I would have had 5.5, and I would have easily had been able to completely build out my team with ease. Where right now I'm kind of tight on MT. I do have 285 pages worth of sneakers and worth of takeover boost and badges to sell, but I have to do all of that stuff because I'm a little bit tight on MT. So I do wish I had the extra MT. I feel like if I do one more box opening, if I open up 151 pack box and I get lucky with an invincible pull or I get lucky with a really good 100, I could easily make back the MT that I overblew, that I overspent on Michael. I don't know how much Ewing is going for right now, but the market house is cheaper than I've ever seen it, so I'm hoping that I can get him. Let's check. He was gonna end in like 15 minutes, so let's check, ref. Oh no, he's an invincible. My bad. I definitely have enough MT to get Patrick Ewing and Goat Will Chamberlain, but I want to see if I can get Goat Shaq first. And if I can't get Goat Shaquille O'Neal, I'll settle for Goat Wilt Chamberlain, but that's not really settling. Getting a Goat Wilt Chamberlain and an Invincible Patrick Ewing, I'll be fine with that too. If Goat Shaq is too much. Okay, this is gonna end in 8 minutes, and this card is only at 600,000 right now. And just yesterday, just last night, this card was back up at a mil. He was like at 1.1. So this card is a really good steal to get right now. I love Patrick Ewing. I'm from New York. I grew up watching Patrick Ewing and John Starks. So if I could run Patrick Ewing with David Robinson and Yao Ming and Ralph Sampson, I'll be real happy with that, And I still have time to try to pull Goat Yao, and I still have time to try to pull Goat Wemby when they drop them, because I am going to open up one Hall of Fame box a week. But I definitely don't have enough MT to get. Even if I had 7 million MT, I wouldn't have enough to get players like Yao, Wemby, or King James. So am I mad that I spent the extra 2 million to get Michael Jordan early, soon as he came out? Am I mad that all I had to do was wait 2 weeks and I could have had an extra 2 mil? It bothers me, and it doesn't bother me, to be honest. It doesn't bother me that much. It would have bothered me more if it was like season 6 or season 5 or something, and I blew 2 million and I overspent to get a player, and then it would be really hard to make 2 million back. But since we're in end game, as long as I'm able to get Ghost Shaq and Invincible Ewing and finish out my team, I'll be happy with it. It won't bother me. You save up your MT and you stack up your MT, so at the very end of the game, you could end up with the best players, the elite players on your team. And as long as I'm able to do that, it won't bother me one bit that I overspent and that I don't have any MT left. The team that I build is going to be the team that I rock with for the next 6 to 12 weeks on this game. All right, guys, he's still not fucking ready. He's got 8 minutes to go, and I don't want to miss out on him. But afterwards, I'm going to be playing Showdown all night. Hey, guys, I guess while we're killing some time over here, I could open up some of these packs that I have. I got all of these packs from the exchange. These 100 overall premium packs all came from the exchange. These Breeze packs came from the exchange. And then the Season 7 super pack all came from the exchange. I had like about 8 of those GOAT cards, and I broke them down and I got all of this stuff from the exchange. And I didn't have anything else to do with those cards. I wasn't going to go after point guard Brandon Roy, and I wasn't going to go after shooting guard Michael Beasley. My team is pretty much already stacked, and my team is only set aside for like Hall of Fame players, players that had like a Hall of Fame career. I don't want to put in Brandon Roy and Michael Beasley coming off the bench for, Penny Hardaway and Michael Jordan. I'd rather run Oscar Robertson and like people that won a championship, something like, Kyle, what's his name? I just completely blanked out. Kyrie Irving. I'd rather run a card like that instead of a player that didn't have much of an NBA career, and the only reason why people want him is not because Michael Beasley is their favorite player or Brandon Roy is their favorite player. People only want to run those cards because they're completely juiced up. They're really souped up cards, and I really want to build a team of players that I'm fond of, players that I grew up watching. So it doesn't bother me that I don't have like cards like Beasley and Brandon Roy. So I didn't use my event cards to get cards like that. I used it to get all of this stuff out of the exchange. Can you open up the 100 pack? You know what? I'm going to start off with,
I'm half Jamaican, I know the flex.
let's do this season 7 super pack and start off with this. And let's see if we get anything good out of this first. And then I'll do the 2 100 packs. Oh, I think I got 3 100 packs. Oh my God. Guys, is that the slow shake or am I bugging? Am I fucking bugging out? Or is that the slow shake? Or is that the Galaxy Opal shake? I can never tell them apart. But I might be tripping. That might just be an opal or a pink diamond. It's a pink diamond. I can never tell the difference.
I'm fully.
Yeah. I'm half Jamaican. I know the flex. Who is this? I almost thought I got Pink Diamond Wemby there for a second. It was just Pink Diamond Tiago Splinter. Not much of a pack there. I'm going to send this to my auction. And on to the 3 100 overall premium packs that we have left there. None of them are plus packs. They're just 100 overall premium packs. Let's hope that we get something premium out of one of these packs. If one of these packs turned out to be 100 overall Wemby, when I say that would make my fucking day, it would make my fucking day. It would make the rest of my year, the rest of my 2K25 year. And I would gladly run that card right beside 100 Yao, and they would both stay in my reserves for the rest of the year. I feel like cards like 100 Yao, 100 Wemby, and 100 Ben Simmons, those cards have such huge height, and their height makes such a huge difference in this game that even though they're 100s and they're not the invincible or the GOAT version of those cards, you can still run those 3 100s till the very end of the game, especially if they're badged out. All right, let's do this next pack, and this is the first 100 overall pack of the night, and it is a 100, of course. There was no plus, and let's see if this is something premium. I'm hoping for Ben Simmons and Wemby. I'll be real happy if the card is also like a 100 overall Kevin Durant or a 100 overall King James. I'll gladly take any of those 4 cards. I'll be real happy with them. But let's see. Oh, there's a chance that it's King James. Could it be? No fucking way. Oh, I saw the red sparks. I saw the red streaks, and I thought it was gonna be LeBron James because you know how the Cavaliers uniforms, their unis have some red in it. So I thought it was gonna be LeBron James from the Cavaliers. I thought it was gonna be a 100 King James, but it's not. It's a 100 overall Kyle Korver, and this is the second time this week that I've pulled this duplicate card. He's most likely going to get turned into a badge the way the first card did. And anytime you have a chance to trade in a 100 that you don't like for a legend, go ahead and do it because it's just going to sit there in your collection, collecting dust. You're never going to run that card if you don't like it, so you might as well turn them into a legend. Okay, I love that electrical glow and spark, but let's flip it over and see who it is. Please let it be Wemby.
Face with open mouth.
Korver is a very good shooter. I just don't like using Korver because of how Korver plays on the defensive end. I don't feel like he's the best defensive card. Okay, not a great pull. That doesn't look anything like Danny Manning. That looks like Danny Manning on the card, but that over there looks like a fucking zombie. That does not look like Danny Manning, not one bit. That is a scary version of Danny Manning. I don't know who the fuck that is, but that's not Danny Manning. On the card is Danny Manning. Looks just like him. The video game version, that was like something scary. Okay, and then I'm going to do, I guess for the finale, we'll do this third and final 100 overall premium option pack. And let's pray to the 2K gods that one of these options is going to be a premium option. Please let one of the options be Wemby. Please, 2K, I'm begging you for something good. They haven't given me anything good all fucking year. I have 2 out of the 5 cards, and then the 3 remaining picks are some of the most god-awful 100s left in the fucking game. Instead of putting 3 S-tier 100s over there like they could have easily put a Ben Simmons over there instead of Steve Nash. They could have easily put a fucking Porzingis over there instead of Cade Cunningham. And they could have easily put a Wemby over there instead of fucking Tony Parker. But instead they gave me two of the worst 100s that you could possibly get in this game. Tony Parker and Steve Nash.
Cade.
Fuck, man. I guess there's no other choice but to go with Cade. He's the only good option available out of those 3 shitty fucking options. Fuck, man. 2K must fucking hate me this year. Maybe I didn't spend enough fucking money with them or some shit. But I'm pretty sure I've dropped more than $2,000 on this game this year, and I can't get anything fucking good from this fucking company. They can't even throw me a fucking halfway decent free 100. Okay, I'm gonna see how Patrick Ewing's doing. Hold on, guys. I gotta get some water because I always get hit with the itchy throat. Damn, that 100 option pack sucked dick. That was fucking terrible, man. That was god-awful luck right there. It could have not gone any worse. That was worst case scenario right there, guys. That was the absolute worst case scenario possible. That's great. I missed the other Patrick Ewing that I think he had like 21 legends, and I think he was like at 600,000 or 700,000. I guess I missed out on that one. And I guess the one that's up next, he's got 7 minutes left on it, and he's a lot cheaper than the other one was going for. I think the other one only had 21 legends, and he was almost at like 6 or 7. I think the winning bid would have taken 700,000. So this one's going for a lot cheaper. This one's even, see, it's about 200,000 cheaper than the last one. So I might go for this one. I just gotta wait another 7 minutes. I'm just gonna have to wait it around, guys, because I'm not gonna take my chance of losing out on that one. If I can get Patrick Ewing for less than 700,000, I would say that's a W, and you have to take it. But that's definitely gonna put. If they drop Goat Shaq tomorrow, I'm most likely not gonna be able to get that card if I get that Patrick Ewing today. So I might have to fucking even wait on it.
16.7 million MT.
Good Lord, J-Dub. How did you get to 16.7? And J-Dub, my dude, what are you waiting to do with that MT? I mean, at one point I did have 12 million MT, but that is still nowhere near 16.7 million MT. What are you doing with that kind of MT? And what are you waiting for to go into the auction house and start splurging and take yourself shopping? Treat yourself to some GOAT cards. You should be out there buying GOAT Michael Jordan, GOAT Penny Hardaway. You should be out there with Invincible Wemby on your team at this point. You know, you got that much MT, you can definitely afford to get a card like Invincible Wemby. What are you fucking waiting for, my dude? I pulled Glenn Rice out of that pack. Everything else was trash. Yo, if you were able to pull Glenn Rice out of the 100 option pack, that's a huge W because like I said, there are some 100s, you know, a lot of the 100s are still A-tier cards, and Glenn Rice is still one of those cards that's definitely an A-tier card. He might not be S-tier because of his height. I think Glenn Rice is only like 6'5", 6'6", and I think he plays like the shooting guard in the small forward position. So for the small forward, he's a little bit small, but he's still definitely an A-tier card that could shoot lights out and shoot just as good as any other card. But that's a W right there. I wish I would have gotten Glenn Rice in my option pack. You saw what I just got. It was absolute fucking shit. I had Goat, Wilt, Devop, and Yao, and I had hella fun. So J-Dub, what are your plans? What do you plan on doing with all of that MT, considering that we're so close to the end of the game? What do you want to do with your 16.7 million MT? You can't take it with you to 2K26. And I believe that this is the last season, or that next season is gonna be the last season. So what are you gonna do with 16.7 million MT? By the way, I want to say congratulations for grinding out that much MT, or like ripping packs and getting lucky and then selling your cards and stacking up your MT and having the willpower to resist spending all of your MT in like season 6 or 7 or some shit like that. Right there, I gotta really give you your flowers on that and give you a huge W on that. But I really want to know, what are you gonna do with 16.7 million MT, and we're pretty much in endgame. We're pretty much in the last season. What are you gonna do with all of that MT if we're in the last final season?
I need the market to crash.
I'm gonna use this week or next week. I need the market to crash. JW, I was just looking at the market, my dude. I don't think it's gonna get any cheaper than this. I mean, the invincible cards, a lot of those invincible cards are below a million MT now. You can get invincibles like Patrick Ewing, Joe Johnson, Jaylen Brown. You can get so many of those invincibles for like less than 500,000. The GOAT cards are also coming down in price. I want to say you would have a lot of luck waiting for the GOAT cards to come down in price. I think that's going to happen too. Like you said, within the next week or so. My gosh, I want to get this Patrick Ewing so badly, but if I get Patrick Ewing, I could basically say bye to getting. I guess if Shaq is only like 4 million, I could still get him because I have 295 pages worth of sneakers and takeover boosts and badges that I could quick sell. So I feel like I should be able to comfortably get Patrick Ewing if I want. The really good cards are yet to come. There's still a lot of good players that could come. I salute anyone for paying their hard-earned money to this game and grinding their life. Yo, JCO, that is no joke, because that's what I do here constantly. I'm constantly grinding my life away on this game and spending a lot of my life savings on it. But I have to admit, I am having a blast while I'm doing it. I do have a lot of fun with this game, and it's one of the few things in life that bring me this much joy. The only other thing that brings me this much joy, well, a lot more joy than this, is just my son and my wife and my family. That's the only thing that brings me more fun than this game. But as far as it goes with like fun and entertainment and being like something like a way to escape from the stress of life, this game, I feel like I'm going to like Disneyland every day when I play this game. I feel like I'm having a blast on this game. And so I don't mind spending on the game as long as I'm having a lot of fun on the game. The market will crash every Tuesday with pack odds increasing and every Tuesday in super packs. No, you're right about that, Bowen. And there are some really good cards yet to come. I still think they're gonna drop a GOAT Taco. I still think they're gonna drop cards like an out of position, like a glitched out of position Giannis, like the way we had last year. Last year we had a point guard Wemby. Last year we had cards like point guard Yao. We had point guard Wemby, Yao. Giannis could also play the point guard position last year. There was a lot of really great glitched out of position cards last year. And I think they're gonna do like a glitched out of position part 2 this year with the remaining time that's left in this game. And I do think that more cheesy cards are gonna come out, like a GOAT Taco that could play small forward, or a GOAT Bobo that can play small forward, or maybe like an invincible Bobo that can play small forward. So you are right. There are a lot more cheesier players that are coming out. Oh man, you need 600,000 to get this card now. I'm gonna go for it, guys. Did I get it? Oh my God, I was outbid. I did not win the bid. That's crazy because I could have sworn I bid on time and shit, and the winning bid was only 650. Damn it. That fucking blows. I thought I had that shit. That fucking sucks. Last year, I remember last year I had I'm gonna go back and play some Showdown, guys. Last year I had cards in my last year, guys, I had every Dark Matter in my collection. I had every 100, I had every Invincible, and I had every GOAT card. So I did have cards like 100 Bobo that could play the 3. I had 100 Taco. I had all of those cards last year, and I had a lot of fun last year. Last year was my best year ever on 2K. It was my funnest year. Guys, I'm going to smoke up before I play some Showdown. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun playing Showdown. And it's something that really enhances the fun and makes Showdown and my team, playing my team, even more fun. Is like I like to spark up before I play my team and fucking smoke a whole joint to the head and really get blazed the fuck up before I play a game. It just enhances the moment and enhances the fun I'm having on the game. Yo, good morning, Angelo.
Good morning, sir.
And hey, guys, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that I should go after Invincible Patrick Ewing? Or do you think Invincible Patrick Ewing is a complete waste of MT and I should hold on to my MT until like a better 4 comes out, a better Invincible power forward that I can use coming off the bench? Because I think Patrick Ewing is pretty elite, especially for his price. And he's got a really good, strong player build. This Invincible Patrick Ewing plays really great defense. He rebounds at an elite level. He slashes at an elite level. And they gave the Invincible Patrick Ewing a much better release than the 100 Patrick Ewing. To me, I feel like Invincible Patrick Ewing is right below Invincible Shaq. He's right up there with Invincible Shaq. So I almost feel like I want to get that Invincible Patrick Ewing just because he's got such a big player build. And he could also now hit the 3. And I'm a big fan of Patrick Ewing. I love Patrick Ewing. I grew up watching Patrick Ewing.
Everyone who be playing 2K always be omerous.
Oh, let me tell you, JCO, for me, it was much easier to get the cards last year. Last year, I remember last year when the Invincible cards came out, for $15, you could buy a pack that would spit out an Invincible. And it was a random Invincible, but it would spit you out an Invincible. For $25 last year, you could buy an Invincible option pack that had 5 Invincible options in it. This year, if you want to buy an Invincible option pack, that same pack that costed you $25 last year per pack is now $300 to just see the Invincible option pack. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue stacking my MT. Before I beef up my bench, I'm going to definitely work on making sure that I have a complete lineup of GOAT cards before I try to make sure that I have a beefed up bench. My bench is really deep right now. It's nothing but Invincibles. I do have 100 Timmy as my power forward off the bench, and that's the one card I want to replace off the bench. I don't know why, but this joint does not want to stay lit. But that's my lineup, guys. I paid $2 million for Penny Hardaway. I overly paid for Michael Jordan to get him real early. I got him the first weekend he dropped on day 1. I paid $4 million for Michael. I got Dr. J out of the level 40 rewards, and I paid $2 million for David Robinson. And I got not GOAT. I got 100 overall Yao Ming as my locker code. So I'm probably just gonna wait and see how much MT I have left after trying to acquire Shaq. I'm hoping they drop GOAT Shaq this Friday. If it's not gonna be Shaq, they're gonna probably drop LeBron. There's really no one else out there for them to drop. There's really no other big names out there for them to drop. They dropped KD, they dropped Will, they dropped Yao. The only big cards left for them to drop is just Wemby, Shaq, and LeBron James. This guy does not have a good lineup. Damn it, man. I can't even fucking get a person to play a game anymore. This fucking blows. Well, now I'm on a 3-game win streak for the night, and all I've won was the first 2 games. This was a quit.
Goat Giannis.
Okay, and can't even sell it for a lot. MT like last year. Quick sell blows now this year. Oh, that does blow. I liked it last year when you sold your card.
W Locker code WTF.
Every card had a set price. So if you pulled a duplicate, it didn't matter. It was set. It had a set price. It was much easier to stack up MT. I remember last year, I was able to stack up like 30 to 40 million MT. I hardly ever used to use my MT. I would always, buy everything with VC, especially in the first half of the year. You were able to buy the cards directly from the auction house with VC. So I used to just use a lot of my VC, and I used to just stack up my MT for the ending of the year. At the end of the 2K24, I had like 15 million MT, 20 million MT. Oh my God, don't tell me the game froze on me. Please don't tell me the game froze. That always happens anytime I go on a big winning streak. The game freezes up, and then it's going to give me a quit. It's going to say I quit. And I'm going to have to fucking spark up the stream again, guys.
Line up to Scary Man.
I guess so, man. I don't even think it's that scary. I don't have a Yao Ming out there. I don't have, an invincible Wemby out there. I don't have the biggest, tallest lineup out there. And before I end the stream, guys, don't ever get scared of seeing a team that's just all GOAT cards or all invincible cards. Oh, it went through. If you just have a really big, tall lineup, you could stand up to any team.
This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg.
This guy's got 100 Patrick Ewing in his lineup. I feel bad for that. I wouldn't want to run that 100 Patrick Ewing. That 100 Patrick Ewing had the worst release of the year. But like I said, if this guy's good enough, you can run up against any type of tier cards. If you have like the right type of Dark Matters, if you have Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo, Dark Matter Taco, and Rick Smiths on your team, you got a really big team that can compete with anyone.
Is my starter.
So it doesn't always, it's not always about what cards you have. It's about, your skill set. But like I said, if you have a big enough team of Dark Matters, you should be able to compete with even, any team out there. Oh my God, this has been a real shitty start for me. I am a little bit tired now, but no excuses. I did win my last 3 games before that quit. I am a little bit rusty because for like the last 7 weeks, all I did was challenges and agendas. And this is my first. This has been my first 3 days back on Showdown. So I am still a little bit rusty, and I haven't even used these cards yet in 10 games. This is like my first, I think this is only my 9th game with this team. So I'm still like just trying to figure out their release. But no excuses, win or lose. It's just I'm super rusty, like especially on the defensive end, I feel really rusty. And my release, I feel like my jumper has been really off.
Here's Westbrook. It's hauled in by Robinson. Hardaway with it. Irving picks him up. Here's Yao.
Oh my God, that should have been a fucking gimme for Yao. The only person standing in his way was LeBron. LeBron's not that tall on defense. Oh my God, I am fucking making some bad fucking mistakes right now, like some dumbass turnovers. All right, I gotta lock in.
He wanted it, so he took it. Pass to Robinson. From deep, Jordan.
Offensive rebound. Here's Yao. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up.
Yeah, I should have. I can't believe how bad I'm playing right now. Maybe I smoked up too much. It's like that's been my worst start in the last 3 days.
And he knocks down the first one.
I hate when I get off to like a really bad start. My tactic, my strategy is usually in the beginning of a game, I like to flood the person. I like to box them in a lot and get that like quick 10, 15 point lead and then make them want to quit or, you know, just try to maintain that 10 point, 15 lead. But usually I try to flood people in the beginning of the game and just get a big lead in the beginning.
Westbrook into the lane. And that one.
That is such bullshit, man.
Westbrook's got his second basket.
All right. Looks like my opponent is trying to flood me right now.
Trying to carve out some room for himself there.
Pass to Jordan. The three ball.
Okay. That Michael Jordan has one of the nicest releases in the game, but it's one of the fastest. And sometimes it's like too fast. That's how fast it is. It's a little bit too fast sometimes.
Knocks it down from distance.
Oh, wow. It's Patrick Ewing just went down.
Got 7 points in the game. Okay, it appears an injury.
Let's see who he's going to have coming off the bench.
Good.
Yeah, so tough. I mean, guys,
Oh, I forgot to check your message, my dude.
team. I hope it's not as bad as
If this game gets any uglier, I might just quit this game and I'll check out your lineup. I didn't get off to a good start at all with this game. Not that I can't come back from this.
And it's Hardaway on the take. Pass to Yao. And he makes no.
It's only a 3-point game now. For some reason, anytime I'm down like 5, 6 points in a game, I start acting like I'm down by 40 and I get really down on myself anytime I'm down by like 5 or 6. Okay, hold up. This guy's ran the same play like the last 3 possessions and he's done nothing but green it. And that kind of shooting sometimes is a little bit suspicious.
Here's Hardaway. Here's Yao. That's his third basket.
It doesn't matter if it's the 100 Yao or the GOAT Yao. Yao is Yao and Yao is unstoppable. He's the Great Wall of China. He is just unstoppable.
guard, you can't let him get this kind of positioning. Easier said than done, though.
Outside Irving. Pass to Walton. Fires for 3.
Okay, if you would have made that over Yao, I would have said this guy is zenning.
The ball.
I'd have been like, that's mighty suspicious right there.
And here's Jordan. Here's Robinson. Outside Hardaway.
Plus, I sent a
Why is
screenshot
Hardaway
of
standing
the
so far from the
today.
3-point line? I don't get that.
And here's Jordan. It's good.
That was clutch right there by MJ. That was clutch. And that's what I'm talking about. That's how I usually play, and that's what I got to get back to. I got to get back to that type of play and that form. And right now, I'm just a little bit rusty. Like I said, I spent all of Season 7 doing nothing but grinding out challenges and agendas against the computer. And then the other half of the time, I wasn't even playing any games because I was so damn busy and occupied with the stupid MT method that it really took a toll on my game. I really feel like, I'm a little bit rusty right now. And I shouldn't be this rusty because I play a lot of Showdown. But the last 7 weeks, all I've been doing is playing the CPU. And I feel like playing against the computer, grinding out all of those challenges really takes a toll on your game.
Team now.
You're not going to get easy wins like you're playing the computer. Showdown is fucking sweaty. King of the Court is sweaty.
With a steal. Right side Irving. Here's Sampson. Jordan with it. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Here's Robinson.
That David Robinson card is so fucking nice. I love my Go D-Rob. And I've been using David Robinson all year, ever since his Pink Diamond, actually. And I was also using his Galaxy Opal because you got it with the level 40. That's crazy. I had like so many bigs over there and shit. And then I was walking out with this Dark Matter. I had his Dark Matter completely badged out with all the Hoffs and Legends. And it was a no-brainer for me to walk out with this GOAT card.
Stolen by Ivy.
All right, Chad, I got to lock in.
Pass to Walton. Ooh, the
There's no way that goes in.
set up the layup.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots.
Fucking just got rubber band over there. That was the rubber band effect. That's what that was.
Here's Hardaway. Here's Robinson.
Telling you that David Robinson is elite. If you can afford GOAT David Robinson, pick him up. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah, I like the interior game of Robinson. It really doesn't
Damn it, man.
with getting
This guy is just like getting some fucking, I feel like, lucky baskets, man.
shots in close to play.
Ralph Sampson and David Robinson's over there. He's just making layups over these motherfuckers.
That's his first foul of the game. Now Jordan. He has 6. Here's Sampson.
No one can stand in the way of Samson. Samsonite.
Check out Sampson slamming.
That's Big Ralph over there. Big Ralph Sampson, man. Can't fuck with him.
He can almost dunk flat-footed.
James can't get it to go.
Okay, I was gonna say if he makes that, he's gotta be zenning because he's made every layup, every fucking three like it's nothing.
Causing discomfort. He won't return for the rest of this game, and he's likely to miss a few more after that. We'll see how he bounces back, guys.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with
Oh my gosh, Michael should have had that, but I think he's tired at this stage.
Just touched 80% in Opal Tire. Almost got my GOAT Tatum.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers.
Okay, I know I need a timeout. I know these guys are tired by now.
Defensive player of the year voting a bunch of times.
Scoop says, just touched 80% Opal tier, almost got my GOAT Tatum. That's unbelievable, Scoobs.
In today's game.
That type of grinding, man, you don't know, but I really respect that type of grinding, man. Much props with that. That's a W right there, Scoobs. That's a lot of fucking elite grinding right there. Okay, all of my boys were tired. All of them were dead tired, so I got to put the bench in. And I like the point guards and the guards I have in Rudy Gay at the 3. That's a pretty, SGA is 6'7", PG-13 is 6'8". Rudy Gay is like 6'9", so that's a pretty big, pretty big lineup.
1:21 left.
And he's rocking with Russell Westbrook out there.
George outside. They set the pick. Pass to Sampson. Back to George. Here's Duncan. Just 4 to shoot.
Can't stop. Anytime you need a bucket,
Two-handed jam.
just go to Timmy. Timmy's a bucket getter. He's going to get you a bucket any fucking time of the day. That's not the problem with the 100 overall Timmy. The 100 overall Timmy is great on offense.
Get a hand on it.
His problem is his fucking defense sometimes.
Brook with it. Now guarded by Gay. Robinson.
He just shot a 3 with Dennis Rodman, I think.
No good.
That's craziness.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Outside for
My
Gilgeous
Pistons
Alexander.
might make another deal this time. It's a 3-team trade with the Kings and the Warriors.
Can't stop Samson. Hey, Keon, I'm going to catch up with the chat in 1 second. I'm just like in a little bit of a sweaty game right now, and I'm trying to make sure I get this W. Because for the last 3 days, I've been having like nothing but 4-game win streaks, and I want to make sure I can continue that today. I'm on a 3-game win streak tonight, but I need one more win. And that'd be a good way to end the night.
For sure.
2 shots, 2 makes.
Appreciate it, my dude.
The focus and concentration that Duncan has in close is really quite remarkable.
But yeah, I'll definitely catch up with the chat after this. I always want to see what you guys have to say.
For 3.
I always like hearing other people's thoughts and opinions on the game and what they have to say about it. My Pistons might make another deal this time. A 3-team deal with the Kings and the Warriors. Yo, Keon, who are they going for? Who are the Pistons trying to pick up? There's been some crazy fucking trades out there, man. This has been one of the best off seasons ever. I don't know if you guys have heard, but King James says he wants out of LA. And I don't know where LeBron wants to go, but he says he wants out. It's no surprise now that Luka's there and it's not his team anymore that he wants out. He can't stand not having the spotlight on him. He can't stand not being the center of attention. He can't stand the team not running through him. Not only can he not stand not being the center of the attention of the spotlight, but he can't stand the team not running through him or him running the offense because he knows he can't play off the ball. He knows that he can't play in any sort of other system that isn't the LeBron James system, and that's why he wants out of LA. because he knows he's not in control of the team anymore or the offense. The team is going to run through Luka from now on, and he has to play off the ball. So I think that's why King James wants out, and I think he wants to bandwagon onto another team that could win the championship. Don't be surprised if you see LeBron James make a whole campaign about going back home to Cleveland, that he wants to go back and play with the Cavaliers, because he knows that the Cavaliers are just one veteran short, one person short of, one. I want to say the Cavaliers need a leader, and they're just that type of player away from winning a chip. Trust me when he says, I wouldn't be surprised if he says he's going to go team up with those young Bucks and try to win a championship. And especially considering how weak the East is, you don't have to worry about going through the Celtics because Jason Tatum is gone for the year, and the Celtics traded Porzingis away. You don't have to worry about the Hawks because they're in rebuilding mode. LeBron could go back home, make a whole campaign, I'm going back home, and he could easily make it to the Eastern Conference Finals with the Cavaliers if he just goes back home. And I think that's what he's trying to set up. Because there's been a lot of talk about him wanting a trade.
Now here's Westbrook. Fires at the elbow. And it's good. Off the back rim.
This guy fucking flash pauses like 3 times for like a fucking minute and a half. And then you got to be ready for defense after that type of shit. I hate fucking people like that, man.
He brings it up for Chicago.
Flash pausing for 30 seconds and then just putting you to sleep and just boring the fuck out of you with the game and shit. I think the smartest thing LeBron can do right now is make a push to go back home to Cleveland and play with those young Bucks. Play with some young legs, some fresh legs.
On the shot clock. James with a steal. And he lobs it up to the rim. And finished off by Otto.
And alley-oop my ass.
Look how explosive Bam can be. Defenses can't do anything to stop him on the alley-oop.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. George outside. 5 on the clock. Pass to Duncan. And it's blocked by Irving.
Excellent anticipation from
The
Kyrie.
Warriors
That time
tried to
on the
trade
block.
Kuminga to the Kings and receiving somebody.
I think the Knicks should also try to make a run at getting King James, because I feel like the Knicks also just need that one leadership piece. That they're just one piece away from
They retain possession.
I would say making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They almost made it. I'm not saying they almost made it there, but now that there's no Indiana Pacers, there's no Celtics, the East is free. And if you just get that one piece that you need, if you're the New York Knicks and you get that one piece, you could really make a run for it. Now, I'm not saying the Knicks could be somebody in the West, but they could definitely make it to the finals if they get one more piece.
So much gravity to his game.
Yep, that one goes.
This guy's shooting is so suspect, man. Like, sometimes he's not making shots, and then he's making shots, and
Consistent in getting the ball in the basket.
Pass to Sampson.
Yeah, I like the Knicks, but they need to change the
Takes the
defense.
feet in stride and slams it home.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
Chicago with the ball. 2-point game.
oh my God, that's Samson. I hope everyone in the chat, I hope all of you guys grinded it out for Samson, because this card was a must-have for your team, and it was basically a free card if you saved all of your GO cards, all of your invincible cards. He was a free card, and when I say Ralph Sampson at 7'7" is a game changer, he's a game changer, man. He's as much of a game changer as Invincible Wemby or Goat Yao or 100 Yao. His size, his strength makes that kind of a difference. He rebounds like an animal. He fucking plays the passing lanes. He's got a big, wide, strong body, but I'm telling you, Samson was the way to go. And I hope everybody in the chat made sure to grind it out for him. I know those challenges were like really long and boring and tedious and repetitive and shit, but You had to grind it out and get him because he was worth it. He was worth the grind. He was worth the time. If you don't grind, you don't shine.
They're so unique. His ball handling, shooting,
Yeah, that's shitty, Keon. He's one of the few cards. He's one of the few free cards that we got this year that I want to say is a game changer, and he could play to the end of the game. And he's just as good as any big man. He's just as elite as any big man out there.
With a 9-footer. Pass to George. To the inside. Duncan. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Yeah.
And the Bulls lead by 7. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Miller, who poked away.
It's crazy that I played good defense there and I got the rebound. And they reward fucking good defense and rebounding by giving the ball back to the opponent who fucking sucks ass. It's like they're just gonna rubber band this whole fucking game. I'll become the rubber band man after this game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, come on. SGA should have had that.
I don't know why people mad about the Lakers signing.
They're up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number.
Oh, Keon, the Knicks definitely need to change the offense. And you're going to see the Knicks playing a completely different style because, remember, they did get rid of the coach and shit.
Contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us.
So I think next year you're going to see the Knicks playing a completely different style.
Chicago leading by 5. To the middle. Here's Gay.
What happened over there, Rudy Gay? Come on, Rudy. You got to be Rudy.
So it's the
I could have sworn I fucking tried to put my starters in and I still don't have them in.
now Adebayo. Rebound.
There's no way to make that over Ralph Sampson. Come on.
Had very little space on that attempt. And guys, that's exactly the kind of
That invincible SGA, I got like 37 legends on him. When you badge him out, he becomes GOAT SGA. All of the invincibles. Badge out all of your fucking invincibles and they're going to become GOATs. They're going to feel just like the GOATs.
Missed 4 now. Pass to Gay. Ooh, stolen by West.
Bullshit, man. Reaching in for everything, man.
Here's Walton. Here's Adebayo.
That was a good little play.
And the layup is good off the glass.
cutting into this.
All right, time to get the GOAT cards back in the starting lineup.
Tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be
GOAT cards, GOAT cards. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Indy comes for you? GOAT cards. I'm fucking going back to my GOAT cards right now. I'm gonna. Oh, you see, that's the one bad thing about Ralph Sampson. He gets tired really quick. He gets super tired real quick. Okay, time to put back Yao Ming. Let's go to David Robinson. Let's go to Irving. Let's put Mike back in, and let's go.
So both teams changing it up here.
Fuck, I didn't get to put Penny in.
Swing it over to the sideline and hear from Alley.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg.
All right, gotta get Penny Hardaway back in.
Had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over.
Yao is just gonna shoot over everyone. That's all Yao does. He just shoots everyone. It doesn't matter if it's a three-pointer or a floater or a layup. He's just gonna shoot over you.
I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
The fader. The shot no good.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Oh, that was a bad pass. You see, that's what I mean by rusty. I usually don't have fuck-ups like that, and those are big, major fuck-ups.
Indy, I think you're one of the biggest grinders in the game.
Watch out.
The Lakers finally got a center today.
Pass to Jordan. Now here's Robinson. 6 to shoot.
Damn it.
Irving with it. And it's Ivy picking him up. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside.
Come on, SGA. I needed that, S.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shea.
Oh, come on. What's with the foul, SGA?
Foul of the game.
What's with the fouling for no reason? Let's get Penny Hardaway back in there. Guys, I'll catch up with the chat in a second. It's a 2-minute game. I'm only up by 4. Damn it. I saw that play fucking developing. I just couldn't get Yao in front of him.
That's amazing play down in the big boy area. Powering that thing down on a much taller.
Damn it. I fucking went for that dunk at a weird angle.
Pass to Worthy. Back to Ivy. Here's Worthy. James, left side. No
All right.
MyTeam.
It's crazy. They see Yao Ming with the ball and nobody comes to him. Yao's just got to take over the game. I'm telling you, I got Yao Ming over here with 35, 37 legends. He's just going to take over the game.
Apart that defense.
And here's Ivy from the arc.
Come on. That is so suspicious because that is not weak coverage right there. Every fucking three shot up today has just gone in like nothing, even with the defender right there.
Here's Hardaway.
That is like so suspicious to me when I see shit like that.
Penny Hardaway showing off his athleticism there. He's capable of throwing it down with force.
The open shot by James.
Every fucking shot he shoots just goes in. It's crazy. I know there wasn't any defense there. I fucked up on defense over there, but
So they choose to intentionally foul.
oh, you know how Luka likes to play with big centers.
Here's Hardaway. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Here's Robinson.
That's what I'm talking about. Goat D-Rob coming through big time.
Guys who don't back down under pressure. Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment.
Everybody just needs to guard that three. Do your job and guard that three.
Serving. And it's good.
That's crazy. And if that's not fucking RNG, or this guy hasn't missed a shot in like his last 6 shots, and I know there was defense over there.
Balling right now, that's for sure.
Here's Irving.
That's what I'm talking about. That's Dr. J right there. Go Dr. J coming through for me. This guy's going to go for another jumper, and they're just going to let him make it because that's that RNG rubber band shit.
And here is Irving. They set the screen.
Get the fuck out of here. They gave him the fucking foul.
Converts despite the contact. Boy, he had a nice look at it.
They're just doing anything for this guy to stay in the game and just to tie it up. He's been down the whole fucking time, and
One goes in. 2 from the line that time.
let's see if we can get closer to half court.
His ability to come through in these spots.
And we've got a timeout.
What a crock of shit.
Popovich.
They'll do anything to keep this fucking game close and the rubber band effect and all the RNG and algorithm shit. This guy hasn't missed a shot. I think this guy's honestly zenning. I haven't seen him miss a shot in fucking forever now. I can't even remember the last shot that he missed or the last layup he missed. Everything just keeps on dropping, even though I have like the biggest defenders out there in his face. So let's see if I can get this win over here. We're down to 6 seconds. I was up by like 4-7. I guess I might have sold this game. This should have been win number 4 for the night. I hate going into overtime and shit.
There's 6 seconds left to the fourth quarter.
That should have been a dunk. Why couldn't Yao Ming just take it up on them? You're telling me Bam Adebayo stopped 7'7" Yao Ming? Yao Ming's dingaling is bigger than Bam Adebayo. Oh. Bye-bye. All that flash pausing hurt him, and he just lost the game because of it. Guys, that's my 4th win of the night. I won 4 games in a row for the 3rd day in a row, and I'm donezo for the night. I am just completely tired and spent. I've been grinding this game for like the last like 4 hours now, and I want to just thank everyone that's been here the whole time, chilling and hanging out with me during the pack opening. You know, my boy Chilango 2K, and the earlier stream, he pulled Invincible Wemby, and he also pulled 100 KD. And then you guys came back when I resparked up the stream, and I went on a 4-game winning streak with you guys. So I really appreciate that, guys, and dubs in the chat. And this is what my team is about. It's about this time of the year. It's about endgame. It's about getting those dope-ass fucking cards, those elite cards, those GOAT cards, those Invincibles, your badged out 100s, your tacos, your dark matter, who else? Rick Smiths and shit like that. You know, get those cards, badge them out, and fucking go at it. You know, go fucking duke it out and battle it out in Showdown. It's a ton of fun. Maybe it's just me because I'm real competitive, but I love fucking close, tight ass games like that, and I love a good competitive game like that. So we're just gonna end it on that note because that was my fourth win in a row, and like I said, for my third day in a row, I've had 4 wins, and all of them been like 20, 30-point blowouts. That was the closest game I've had in 3 days. So I'm on like a 12-game win streak basically, and it's been fucking great. J-Dubs, I would stay on longer, but I can maybe do another 30-minute, my dude. It is getting really late over here, and I don't want to play any more Showdown games because I don't want to go up in tier. I want to stay where I'm at, and I don't want to go into. I didn't even want to leave tier 10. I accidentally got myself into tier 9 because people kept quitting on me, and I was at that final notch, and the next thing I know, it sent me into tier 9, and I just want to stay in tier 9. I want to have fun for the rest of the season. I want to go out there and I want to dominate with my GOAT squad, and I just want to enjoy the game and go out with a bang. You know, just like this. It's 4th of July weekend, guys. Let's go out with a fucking bang in this game. You know, go out there, spend your MT, build your team up, you know, and just have fun with it. Going out there with the best squad available, you know, the best team that you can assemble, and going out there and winning, there's nothing more fun than that shit, guys. I just can't wait to play some King of the Court tomorrow. Or actually, I won't be able to play King of the Court tomorrow because I am going to Aquatica with my family. So I will not be streaming tomorrow morning playing King of the Court like I usually do. I usually finish in the top 10%, but I haven't had a chance to play King of the Court basically since Father Day weekend. I've been real busy with my son. And the only reason why I have this time available is because he's at his grandmother's house. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to open up that deluxe pack that we just got. And you never know. I might get something good out of this. Maybe it'll be something deluxe. I'm going to check your team right now, my dude.
I was cooking with Ivy today.
Keon, did you say you were cooking with Kyrie Irving? Who were you cooking with? You know, I'm thinking about selling my Oscar Robertson card because he just sits there in my reserves, not getting any sort of playing time or any sort of minutes. And I do have Kyrie Irving that I feel like could run those same minutes, and I'm gonna get the same out of him as if I was running Big O. So I'm also thinking about selling Big O somewhere down the line, somewhere in the near future. We got a pink diamond, and guys, pink diamonds don't make my team. At this stage of the game, no pink diamond should be on your team. The only pink diamond that I would find acceptable on anyone's team at this stage of the game is just pink diamond Wemby, and that's if you're using him for salary cap. Even in salary cap, you definitely can't use him in Showdown, but even in salary cap, pink diamond Wemby is a little bit outdated. Okay, what was I gonna check next? I just can't believe I got that win. I had to fight back from that because I was down by like 7 points and I had to fight back from that deficit. I'm just so glad I got that win. Let me check if I have any agendas left to complete. No, I don't have any challenges really left to complete. Guys, I spend so much time grinding out challenges, completing challenges and agendas. Like, I'm just done with grinding out challenges. Don't waste your time on season 8 completing challenges, man. There's no reason for it. There's no MT method. You're now grinding for these gold event cards, and you need to collect like 30 of them to do anything in the exchange. Go play and enjoy the modes that you really enjoy. If you enjoy 5v5, play salary cap, play Showdown. There's some great rewards in salary cap. But don't waste your time grinding out these challenges anymore. They're not worth completing. And I love grinding out challenges. I love completing challenges. I'm a little bit of a completist, but only when it's worth it. I got 10 games in Showdown, and only because 2 of the games where people quit on me in the very first like 30 seconds of the game For some reason, 2K didn't count those wins. But I should have like fucking two more wins where people played like maybe the first minute of the game and they quit, and I didn't even get the win for it. I was completely fucking pissed. Yeah, there's really nothing worth grinding out like right now. I'll get this done. Like when I first wake up, I don't like to start my day off with any sort of like park or any sort of showdown. I feel like that's way too sweaty, way too intense for when you first wake up. So usually when I first wake up is when I get these challenges completed. I'll just do this as soon as I wake up tomorrow or when I get back from Aquatica. Usually I would have all of this stuff done by now. I didn't even mess with half of this stuff. I got all of this stuff done accidentally by just playing the game. And I'm sure eventually I'm going to get to it and complete some of this. But I really don't find any of this worth doing. You get a bunch of packs. Packs that you're not going to get anything out of. Got all of this completed. You know. But there's only so much grinding you want to do. There's only so much challenges that you want to complete. I got sick and tired of playing against the computer, guys. And I just want to... And since that this season is the last season or next season is the very last season, I'm hoping we get one or two more seasons after this, at least one more season. I want to play, I want to spend my time playing 5v5 only. I barely want to get out there to the park. I'd rather play park solo than anything. But I just want to play salary cap and showdown, and I really want to get salary cap done because you got to grind that out this season because you get a free invincible at the end of round 3. And from each round, if you complete each round, you get 2 free 100s, which gives you a chance at 100 Yao, 100 Wemby, or 100 Ben Simmons. And at the end of round 3, you get a free invincible. So, doing that is really worth it. I would suggest to everyone to grind out some salary cap. I gotta finish the Dom for the GOAT piece. Keon, you are on some serious grinding, man. Like I said, you're gonna have GOAT Tatum soon, man. That's fucking... I wish I could add a fucking free GOAT card to my lineup like GOAT Tatum right now. People wanted to say that card wasn't elite. Trust me, they gave that GOAT Tatum a lot of updates. They updated his SIGs. They updated his shooting release. They gave him updates, throughout the year. So to me, that GOAT Tatum looks elite. Anytime I see GOAT Tatum at the park, he's a huge problem out there. And I wish I can get a card like GOAT Tatum. At the very least, he would be coming off my bench. Okay, guys, I'm going to check out the market real quick. Like I said, all of my challenges are pretty much completed. I'm just not on top of everything. I don't got everything fully completed like I usually have, just because for Season 8, I'm not about that. I'm not down for wasting so much time completing challenges and grinding out against the CPU. I want to play against, people from the chat. I want to play against people in Showdown. I want to run park with people in the chat. Especially while we have these elite cards and before 2K tells us, hey, we're going to shove 2K26 in your face. It's time to move on and leave 2K25 behind and leave all of your great cards, all of your elite GO cards behind. And so I want to have the most time with these cards possible, and I want to play as much park and as much showdown this season. I don't want to play a bunch of computer. I don't want to play against the CPU a lot.
I hate that. I got to finish the Dom for the gate piece. I'm 20% away.
No, that is huge. That is crazy that you've grinded that much rep. In the beginning, I remember people kind of saying like rep was a joke. I was like, man, if you can get to fucking, GOAT rep, you get GOAT Tatum. So, to anyone that was able to grind it out to GOAT rep, that's one major grind. That's a year-long grind, and I think that's elite. And there's no way you can't tell me you're not an elite player, because if you're playing against the computer that much, guess what? You're going to learn a thing or two, and you're going to become a great elite player. I don't give a fuck if you're playing against people. I don't care if you're playing domination or you're playing showdown or king of the court. You're going to have a trick or two up your sleeve because you've been grinding out against the computer in the hardest modes, in the hardest settings, and against some of the toughest players in the game, on the most hardest difficulty. So it definitely sharpens your game, and You definitely pick up a trick or two, and you're definitely going to be good enough to rock it out in any mode. And I think that's some elite grinding, and I think that's a serious grind. And anyone that gets the GOAT rep, you got to give them their flowers. I mean, that's something to respect. That's a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of dedication to the game, guys. The game that we all love and play every day. This is my daily driver. I play this fucker every day. You know, if I'm not playing this game, I'm out there spending time with my family. If I'm not out there spending time with this family, I'm on this game. This Patrick Ewing ends in 47 minutes. He's only at 500,000. Man, I really want Invincible Patrick Ewing. I really like this card a lot, and I really like Patrick Ewing a lot. I grew up on Patrick Ewing, and this would be great to have in my lineup. For anyone that has 16.8 or 16.7 million MT like J-Dubs, if you got that kind of MT, if Wemby comes down like another mil, if Wemby comes down to 5 mil, I suggest for everyone to run out there and get him. If you got 5 or 6 mil and you've been waiting for Wemby to come down in price, go get this Invincible Wemby. Or matter of fact, no, don't even go get him right now. When GOAT Wemby drops, this card is going to fall down to 3 million MT, and then you go get Invincible Wemby. And with 40 Legends, he's going to be as good as a GOAT card. That's no joke. I would get Invincible Wemby if I didn't have Samson already, and if Patrick Ewing wasn't so cheap. But I don't want to put an Invincible card in my starting lineup. I really don't like the idea of that. I might do that for Wemby if he comes down to 3 mil. If Invincible Wemby comes down to 3 million MT, I might get Invincible Wemby and just say, hey, I can't afford the GOAT Wemby. I can't afford GOAT Yao, but guess what? I was able to get my hands on Invincible Wemby. I think that would be just as good. And I would play him right next to David Robinson. So I'm going to wait on this Patrick Ewing because the market is crashing, and tomorrow the market is going to sink like the damn Titanic. That's how bad of a market crash it's going to be. Remember, guys, there's only about like 6 weeks left in this season. You know, the cards are going to get dirt cheap. 2K is going to start dropping Invincible packs. They're going to start dropping GOAT packs. They already have packs in the market where you could just rip a pack for 75,000 VC and get an instant 100, get a guaranteed 100. So they're definitely going to be dropping Invincible packs and GOAT packs. I want to say sometime soon. 2K is not going to skip the opportunity to make money off of Invincible and GOAT packs. That's for sure. So if you just wait, I want to say that's why I'm going to kind of wait it out. I'm going to see if the 3 million MT that I've got left, can that now get me Invincible Wemby? Fuck it, I'll put him in the starting lineup with the GOATs. If he's got 40 Legends, he's a GOAT. I'm not going to stress myself out, because the GOAT Wemby has a different escape move from behind the back, or maybe a different dunk animation, or maybe he shoots slightly faster. I'm not going to fucking stress myself out and spend another $1,000 on this game to try to get a GOAT Yao and a GOAT Wemby. If they're not easy to attain and they're not easy attainable, I'm just going to say fuck them. I'll be real happy with the Invincible Wemby if I can get him for 3 mil. And I think if you give it another maybe, just if they drop GOAT Wemby tomorrow, he's going to come down in price big time. So will cards like the Invincible Giannis. When they drop a GOAT Giannis, he's going to come down in price. I would like to get C-Web to play my 3. That's the only power forward that I really want, and I would like him to play my 3. I want to move Rudy Gay to the 2 because Rudy Gay's 6'8", and I would love to run him as a big 2 guard off my bench. Carmelo Anthony is only up 1.2, 1.4. I'm surprised I haven't seen him a lot more like in Showdown or at the park. I haven't ran into Carmelo Anthony not once this year. I haven't seen him in Showdown. I haven't seen him at the park. And it's like not many people are rocking out with this card. And I don't know why, because he is 6'7" and he plays the 2. That makes for a really big 2 guard. I would play him. I love my Joe Johnson and I love Rudy Gay. Both of those cards are better than the free Invincible PG-13. If you're wondering if these two cards are better than Invincible PG-13, they are. And that Rudy Gay card is better than Invincible T-Mac. And I'm better than Invincible Dr. J. And he's better than Invincible Kawhi. And there's no reason to get this Invincible Dr. J. But I would get Rudy Gay over Kawhi, and he's just as good as T-Mac. The only reason why I would pick up T-Mac is because I like T-Mac more in real life. But besides that, Rudy Gay and T-Mac are pretty much the same player. They got the same build. You know, they move. They have the same movement. So for like I want to say for like 500,000 cheaper, you can get Rudy Gay, and he's just as good as T-Mac. I'm gonna check out the shooting guards, and then guys, I'm gonna probably call it a night soon because I've been on since like I want to say 3 a.m. And I just won 4 games in a row in Showdown. It's my 3rd night in a row where I had a 4-game win streak, and I'm kind of kapoots. If you're really in desperate need or you really want to have like a lineup of Invincibles, there's a lot of cheap Invincibles that you can get out there, like John Havlicek. You could easily get this Jaylen Brown. I don't know if anyone likes to rock out with Jaylen Brown, but he's always a very good solid card. Offensively, he's a little bit slow. Defensively, he's a stud. But he's a very solid all-around card, and you can get this one for like 300,000 to 400,000. This Klay Thompson is also very solid. He's got one of the best releases in the game, and he's also a stud on the defensive end. Same with Kawhi. He's great on the defensive end. This Kawhi card, I'm not sure if he's as good as they should have made him. He's really a lot like his Dark Matter card. They didn't change much of his like SIGs or animations. He's a lot like his Dark Matter. If you have a badged out Dark Matter Kawhi like with 40 Legends, I want to say he's as good as this card. I wish T-Mac was cheaper. I would love to have T-Mac and Vince Carter play together on my team coming off the bench by the end of the year. I would love it if I could find some way to pull Vince Carter and T-Mac and run that duo together by the end of the year. That would be a ton of fun. When I was a kid, watching T-Mac and Vince Carter play in Toronto was one of my favorite things to do, and it would be really fun to run those two together. They're some of my 2 favorite all-time players. This James Harden card, I would not want this card for some reason. Sometimes the James Harden cards are always decent. They always let you down in the 4th quarter, just like real-life James Harden. That's no joke. This card always chokes for me. I had the Galaxy Opal, and I used to rock with this card last year. It always chokes for me in the 4th quarter. Never comes through. Klay Thompson is always clutch.
I'm from Toronto, lol.
I would only get Anthony Edwards if I'm running him at the point and if he's one of your favorite players. Besides that, he's like the size of a hobbit. He's a midget. Okay, I'm going to check out the point guards, and then, guys, there's really nothing out here for me to snipe. Because this Big Ben Simmons, oh my God. I would love to get Big Ben Simmons. And guys, let me tell you something really quick. Trust me when I say this. If they drop the GOAT Michael Beasley, they're going to be dropping a GOAT taco that you can only get from the exchange and by buying Hall of Fame boxes and doing some grinding. Believe me when I say they're going to drop a GOAT Ben Simmons. You're going to see GOAT taco. You're going to see GOAT Bobo. You're going to see GOAT Manute Bowl. You're going to see, we already got GOAT Michael Beasley, and you're going to see GOAT Ben Simmons. I could put money on it because this company is so predictable with what they do. Trust me, we already got Beasley and we got Brandon Roy. They're going to drop a GOAT Ben Simmons, and he's going to be like 30 or 35 pieces. And you're going to have to rip like 3 Hall of Fame boxes to get him. Be prepared for that one. This LaMelo Ball has been a stud the whole year. Offensively, you could really cook with this card. And defensively, he's 6'7" and he plays the point. So his height makes a huge difference on defense. You can't teach height. You know, that's a God-given talent. So the LaMelo Ball cards have been good all year. You could still cook with this Dark Matter card. This Derrick Rose, this card is going to be a buyout pretty soon for 100,000. I can guarantee that. Nobody wants this card, especially if you have if you did the grind for SGA. And I'm like I said, guys, this company gave away some great invincible cards in season 8. They gave us SGA, they gave us PG-13, and they gave us invincible Ralph Sampson. 3 elite invincible cards that they gave us for just grinding out the game for free in season 7 and 8. Mostly season 8. This Luka card, JC2K swears by him, but I swear it's just because he's a Luka fan and he's a Dallas Mavericks fan and he's in the Dallas Mavericks jersey. I got this card. This card is pretty. If you don't have a good point guard, like a good PG3 coming out of your reserves, and I always think you should have 3 point guards on your team because by the end of the first quarter, your PG1 is tired. By the end of the second quarter, your PG2 is tired. And your PG1 still hasn't fully recovered. You always need a PG3 in your reserves. You can go get Gary Payton, invincible Gary Payton from the exchange right now for only 30 pieces. I kind of recommend it. Oh, Scoobs, you're from Toronto? I didn't even know that. You never told me that before. Ooh, I have no clue what Giddy's going to do. I'm telling you, this offseason has been one of the most exciting off seasons. I can't believe how many trades and how many rumors are out there and how many players like Giannis and King James want to leave their team. And what happened to Dame Lillard? Did Dame Lillard actually get a buyout just to fucking leave the team? I don't fucking get it, man. You know, and the Knicks losing their coach, and there's just been so much happening this offseason. It's one of the fucking... I can't remember the last time we had an offseason this wild. I would like to get this Magic Johnson. I know a lot of people say that this Magic Johnson has a really bad release. It's really hitched. But I want to say he's half the price of invincible Ben Simmons, and this is as close as you're going to get to getting Ben Simmons on the cheap. He's just as tall as Ben Simmons. He's almost as tall. He's 6'9". Ben Simmons is 6'10". If they drop, they're definitely going to drop a GOAT Magic Johnson. Once they drop GOAT Magic Johnson, this card is going to be just as good and just probably half the price, a quarter of the price. And he'll be real cheap and affordable. I would get him if you want a big point guard, and I might try to get him eventually. They better do something good to be good with the Milwaukee Bucks, probably. Yo, let me tell you, a team that I think is going to be good next year, I think a team that's trying to win now, I think the Atlanta Hawks are trying to win now, and I think the Houston Rockets are trying to win now. The moves that the Houston Rockets and the Atlanta Hawks made shows me they're trying to win now. The Atlanta Hawks are trying to take advantage that the East is really weak right now. They know that the Celtics were in a down period because they had to wait for if they were going to wait for Jason Tatum to come back, that was going to be a 2-year process. The Celtics chose to break up their team and blow it up. You know, now teams like the Hawks, the Knicks, you know, now that they see how weak the East is, they could really make some big moves and try to win now. And I also think the Rockets are trying to win now. If you can't get GOAT King James, because GOAT King James is going to be 6 to 10 million MT easily. He's going to be over 6 mil. I would run this invincible King James. He's also point guard eligible. He's going to be just as good as the GOAT. There's so many good alternative options if you can't afford any of the GOATs. Even if you can't afford any of the invincibles, a lot of people swear by that 100 King James. And right now you can get 100 King James all badged out with 40 legends. I want to say he's like at 600,000 or even cheaper because the market is taking such a huge crash right now. This market crash is massive. Like I said, it's kind of sinking like the Titanic. Okay, guys, and I really don't fuck around with the 100s, but I'll take a quick look at them just for shits and giggles. The only 100 I would like to get is 100 Wemby, and 100 Wemby is still unattainable. He's still over 3 million MT. But like I said, I think there's 3 100s that can still run for your team that are S tier. Ben Simmons, Wemby, and Yao could still run for any team. They'll run the whole for the rest of the year, those 100s. Everything else, every other 100, they're just A tier.
Atlanta
Yeah, guys, I
Hawks
really don't
Houston
fuck around with the
Rockets and Philly
100s.
property slightly better than them.
I had 100 Paulo. I traded him in for a legend, and that's probably what I'm gonna do now. But guys, it's 6:23, and I'm gonna call it a night because I'm dead ass tired. I'm like passing out. I don't even want to go through the 100s because I really don't fuck with them. I really don't look at them anymore. I just either trade them in for badges or I try to sell them if they're auctionable. But a lot of these 100s, they're mostly A tier. There's still some really good ones left like KD, LeBron, Giannis, Glenn Rice. And even the B tier and the C tier ones could still play free till the end of the year. You know, especially depending on your skill set. You know, if you're really really good at the game, you could even still rock out with badged out Dark Matters and still win the game easily. So there's still a lot of good 100s. They're just not making it onto my team because I'm reserving my team for a GOAT lineup and a lineup of Invincibles. But guys, I gotta get going. Peace out, 2K community. I do it for the 2K culture, and you guys are more like my 2K fam. So peace out, guys, and I appreciate everyone that swung through. Let me take a look. Somebody sent me a notification, or actually, somebody sent me a message, and let me just take a quick look at Yeah, he sent me his team real quick. Oh no, he sent me an image of his option pack. I would have gone with Paulo from the option pack. I thought he sent me a picture of his lineup. But yeah, guys, I gotta get going. Peace out, fam, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back here tomorrow night, like maybe after midnight. I'm gonna be going to Aquatica, hanging out with the fam, and like I said, I'll be back tomorrow after midnight. Hopefully, I'll have enough energy for the stream. All right, later, guys. Peace out, and I appreciate everybody that hung out.
Thanks, Keon. I appreciate you, fam.